Let's review the final dose for this ESRT lung plan. We'll be following the dose constraints indicated by the RTOG 0236 protocol. So the first evaluation is to look at the isodose lines. So I'm looking at the red 105% isodose line, the yellow prescription isodose line, and the magenta 50% isodose line. I want to make sure that the 50% and the 100% are conformal, and I also want to make sure that the 105 is within the PTV boundaries. So this isodose distribution looks very conformal. And now we can evaluate this plan through the DVHs. So first thing is, let me go ahead and sort the structures by volume. And the first thing I want to evaluate is the PTV. So our PTV max dose is 6627, which is about 123%. And there is no max dose constraint per the RTOG 0236 protocol, so this is acceptable. Our prescription coverage is 98% of the PTV, which is well above the 95% volume criteria for the RTOG 0236, so this is acceptable. And the V90 is greater than 99% of the PTV, so this is acceptable. Next, we'll look at the total lung minus ITV. So we're going to evaluate the V20. We want this to be less than 10%. So we're at 9.7, so this is acceptable. For the heart, we want the heart dose to be less than 30 gray. So we're meeting this constraint. The spinal cord needs to be less than 18 gray. So we're just underneath that for this RTOG protocol. The esophagus max dose needs to be less than 27, and we're at 19.6, so this is acceptable. And lastly, the carina needs to be less than 30 gray, and we're well below this tolerance as well. So this is acceptable. And now I'm going to compare the ratio of the volume of the V50, which is 414, to that of the PTV volume, which is 100.7. And this ratio is 4.1. And per protocol, this needs to be less than 5, but this is also very dependent on the target size. So if the target volume, the PTV, is too small, this ratio would be hard to meet. Next, I want to evaluate the skin minus PTV plus 2. So per the protocol, we need to be less than 40.5 gray. So we're below this tolerance. So this is acceptable. And next, I want to evaluate the prescription isodose line relative to the PTV. So let me go ahead and create a prescription isodose line contour. So I'll select convert isodose level to structure, specify 54 gray, and this will convert the isodose line to a structure. I can say OK. I can then right mouse on the structure, measure volume, and this will give me the volume of the prescription isodose line, which is 116.6 cc's, and compared to the PTV is 100.7. So this ratio is 1.16, and per protocol, this needs to be less than 1.4. So this is also acceptable per the RTOG 0236 protocol. And this completes the final evaluation of an ESRT lung plan.